So how are you guys doing today? Good. So we are going to learn new stuff, fun stuff. Let's go. So all the homework for chapter 1 from section 1.1 to 1.8, I think. I just opened them. Let me just tell our class. 2005 here. So I put the due date for chapter 1. If you haven't done anything yet, the entire chapter 1 is 10/21. And I'm also planning to finish at least 2.1 from chapter 2 before 21. So any homework if you missed on chapter 1, anything at all, you still have a chance to read, complete them. That due date is on 21. Okay, and if you did everything already, you're safe. You just have to do 1.6 from our last class, then 1.7 from today. And then tomorrow is Friday. We are going to start 1.8. That's my plan. Come on. Okay, any question? Any comments? Concern? Salahuddin, no phone. No phone. Class already started. Okay, circle. We are going to learn a little bit about circle. It's a very small section. We are going to learn how to graph circle, how to find domain and range, how to find the equation of a circle, how to convert equation of the circle from one form to another form. That's it. So circle, if you forgot what a circle is, let me refresh your memory with that. So this is a circle. Actually, I can do better. I had technology. Ew. This is a circle, right? What we have in the middle, what do you call them? Do you know what do you call them? The dot in the middle? Midpoint, it's midpoint, true, but there's another name. From here to here, this is called radius. But what's the point itself? What's the name of the point? Center. Radius is the distance from center to the boundary. Do you know what do you call the boundary? The all round thingy? Circumference. Circumference. So a circle has a boundary named circumference. It has a middle point, midpoint, we call them center. The distance between center and the circumference is radius. And how about the distance from one, let me go this way, from one part of the circumference to another part of the circumference that goes through the center? What do you call them? Diameter. Diameter. So a circle has 4 important things: circumference, center, radius, and diameter. And then we can write the circle 2 different ways. We can write as expanded form, we call them general form, or we can call it nice looking equation, which is called standard form. We love standard form, we hate general form. We love standard form. Do you know why we love standard form? No? Because in standard form, we have two information. What's the center of the circle and what's the radius of the circle. We can figure out this information from the standard form, which we fail to figure out from the general form. That's why general form is useless. It doesn't give us any information. But the standard form, we love it because we see the most important things, center and radius. What's the center? Center is H and K. H is the x value of the center, K is the y value of the center. So we have x minus h whole thing square plus y minus k whole thing square equals r square. H is next to the x, so it's the x value. K is next to the y, so it's the y value. Combining them, we get the center. That let me put a little bigger. The red that you see, that's the center. It's HK. Also observe that in the equation, H is the negative sign, but when you take the H for the center, it gets the opposite sign. Same thing in the K, it is a negative sign, but when you grab it for the center, it has this opposite sign. So whatever sign you have inside your parentheses, when you take it out for the center, to name the center, the sign has to be opposite. Whatever we have on the right side of the equal sign, whatever number that is, it doesn't have to be a perfect square number. Whatever number that is, that's the radius square. So you take the square root of that number, you get the radius. For example, here, x squared plus y squared equals 4. This circle has a radius equal to 4, which is 2. And it's the center is at the origin, at 0, 0. So we are not subtracting anything from x, we are not subtracting anything from y. So basically it's 0 from x and 0 from y. So at 0, 0, we have our center. So we have x-axis, y-axis. This is our center. And we are going 2 units on all direction. So it's radius from the center to the circumference, the same distance. And then we have, it doesn't look like circle, but assume it's circle. Okay, it's a faulty circle. It's not perfect. Any question? Great. Now let's do some fun examples. We have x minus 2 whole thing square plus y minus 7 whole thing square equals 36. So it's a circle. We have to identify what is its center and what is its radius. Two negative 7. Radius is 6. Perfect. So you look at what we have inside. We have negative 2. So you change the sign, we get positive 2. Then for y, we have positive 7. So to change the sign, and we get negative 7. Combining them, we get our center. And then our radius is square root of 36. Whatever number we have on the right side of the equal sign, that square is a radius square. So you just have to take the square root to get the radius. So if you want to draw, you don't have to draw it, but if you do want to draw, it's 2 and negative 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need more space. So x, y, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is our center. From here, you go 6 units, all direction. 6. I have to move it a little bit. Okay. Now I have a perfect circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 units up, and then it should have 6 units all left, right, and downward. The next question is asking do the opposite. I'm giving you the center and I'm giving you the radius. Tell me what the equation would be. Johnny. X plus 3 square.
Plus y minus 4 squared.
Y minus 4 square equals 4. Perfect. If you have no idea what is 4, you can start with 2 square. And then you get x plus 3 square, y minus 4 square equals 4. Easy, right? Any question? Volunteer for the next one. We have center -4, -3, and our radius is square root of 2. Ruby. Plus 4 square plus 3 square. It takes square root of 2, but what do you have to do? Square it. Because the right side is radius square. As a result, the radical and the square cancel out. Only 2. X plus 4 square, y plus 3 square equals 2. And we know circle is not a function. Why not? Because if you draw a vertical line, it crosses the circle twice. Also, if you try to solve for y, you get 2 x values. You get two y values for 1 x value. So it's not a function. It's just equation. Graphing the circle, I already taught you that. You plot the center, you take your radius, and then go radius in all 4 directions. And then you just combine all of these with a smooth curve. For example, this one, the one on the left. Our center is 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. I need more space. X, Y. Our center is -4, -3 here. And our radius is square root of 2. How much is square root of 2? Do you know? Approximately. Does anybody know how much is square root of 4? Sorry, square root of 2? 1.4, blah, 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 blah. So it's close to 1.5. So you take this center and you go 1.4 on all directions. So we have this, we have this, and then we have this. 1 is here, 1.4 should be somewhere here. 1 is here, 1.4 would be somewhere here. 1 is here, 1.4 will be somewhere here. 1 is here, so 1.4 somewhere here. So you go radius units on all directions. And then you connect with a smooth circle. Question? So radius is square root of 2, which is 1.4. And our center was -4, -3. Now in the next one, what is the center here? And how much is the radius? Alexander. 2, 1, and how much is the radius? 3. Perfect. So let's graph it. 2, 1. So 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 1. 2, 1 is here. And we have to go 3 units all directions. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You got 3 units from the center, all 4 direction, and then connect with it's not perfect, right? Let me see if we can make it perfect. A little bit at least. That's from here. Come on. Huh? I did what? My circle never is perfect. Come on. What point? So you're going 3 direction, right? So 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Huh? But our radius is, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's why my circle was not circling. Now it's perfect. Yes. So we have our circle. Let me erase all these extra things. Now, in this circle, what do you see? So this point is here. What do you see your domain? From what x value to which x value? And this one is here. -1, definitely. So this is -1, which is this side, up to where? 5. And what do you put? Parentheses or bracket? Johnny, I'm going to take your phone now. If I see you using one more time. 1 and 5 bracket. So you are using x value from this number to this number. So this is -1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 units. So -1 to 5 is domain. And how about your range? From which y value to which y value? Jolene. Huh? -2 to 4 and boundary? Bracket or parentheses? Bracket. So -2 is for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 is for this one. So for a circle, to find the domain, you go from the leftmost point to the rightmost point. And for the range, you go the lowest point to the highest point. That's how you find domain and range. Any question? Okay, then you try. For this one, find the domain and range. But before that, find center, radius, graph it, and then domain, and then range. All 5 things. And then you're going to do the other way around. Can I make it bigger? Yeah. Let me take the estimates before I forget. One, two. Today is 10-9. Dominica, Salahuddin, Arsla, Maxine, Zoe, Jolene here, Prince, absent. Hayden here, Ellen here, Asir, absent. Skyly, oh, that's what I was thinking. I saw you, but where are you? You changed your seat. Alice here, Jasmina here, Alexandra here, Jennifer here, Johnny here, Jesse here, Afiz, okay, Karin here, Pedro here, Erika here, Jawad here, Ruby here, Sayom here, Dimitri here, Siki here, Amir here, and William. William, you look so sleepy. Help me with the left side. What's the center of the left side? Say it louder, I can't hear you. -1, 0. Good, you got it. 2. How about the radius? 2. Perfect. Did you figure out the domain? What's the domain? -3 to 2. And what's the boundary? Parentheses or bracket? Bracket. And how about the range? -2 to 2, bracket. Now let's see. -1, 0. So here. -1, 0 is here. And if you got 2 units, so 1, 2, which is +2, 1, 2, -2, correct. 1, 2, which is -3, and then 1, 2, which is, so your domain is wrong. Huh? Yes. So you got only 1 here, so this should be 1. And then you connect with, I'm going too far. Almost perfect, almost. Any question? Sayom, the next one. What's the center of the circle? 2, 1. Perfect here. And how much is the radius? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. What's the domain of the circle? Domain is the smallest x value to the largest x value. So in this circle, what's the smallest x value we have? -5, perfect. Oops. -5, which is here. And the highest one is what? 9, which is here. Good. And what's the boundary? Parenthesis or bracket? Bracket. You put parentheses only when you see a hole. As long as there is no hole, it's always bracket. Good, you got the domain. How about range? Range is the same thing for y. The smallest y to the largest y. -6, +8, and boundary is bracket. Good job, you just learned it. Louder, I can't hear you. There is a noise on. How to find domain? You look at the radius. You look at the, what do you call it? Diameter. You look at the diameter. You go all the way from left to the right. And then you see what is the x value here and what's the x value there. Your domain is all the x value from the leftmost point to the rightmost point. So if you go, you know radius is 7. So even if you don't see a number here, no problem, you start count. So this is 1 unit to the left, which is 1. This is 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So you see, from center, if you go radius units, you start at -5. So leftmost point is -5. And same thing from center, if you go your radius, from center is at 2, your radius is 7. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You go 7 units to the right. From 2, you stop at 9. So it's from -5 to +9. It's double your radius, twice the radius. Up and down, same unit. So you go downward 7 units, and then you go upward 7 units from your, what's the y value here? 1, from your 1. Any other question? Okay, is it too small? No, right? Can you guys see both graphs? Can I make it big? Okay, now let me get a page. Insert. Do you see now? Good. So the left one is tricky. They didn't show the center. So you really have to find it. Erika, you're so sleepy. Would you like to try the left side? What's the center? Didn't wrong. Center. -1, 6. So this is 0. This is -1. and this is -6. -1.6. How did you figure that out? How did it was -1.6? They didn't give you the center directly, right? Like this one, they marked the center, but here they did not mark the center. So how did you figure out it's -1.6? What did you do? Good job. That's the trick. You go from one side to another side. So this is one and this is another one. You count directly from left to the right. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 unit, 6 unit. So it's definitely diameter is 6. So its center will be at the half of the 6. Half of the 6 is 3. Sorry. Half of the 6 is 3. So from one side, you have to go 3 units. So here, 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, so you stop here. Or from the right side, you go 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, and stop. So your center is exactly in the middle of your diameter. So diameter is 6, so your center will be 3 units from the circumference. Same thing, if you go upward, this is this is the highest point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you use y value instead of x, the same rule. You have 6 units from top to the bottom. So you go half of 6, which is 3 units. So 1, 2, 3, and this is your center. And then you look at the numbers. Here our number is -1, and here our number is -6. So center is -1, -6. So how much is our radius? 3. We just counted. Half of the diameter is the radius. So we have 6 inches diameter, our radius should be 3 inches. Domain. What's the domain of the center? What's the domain of the circle? From which x value to which x value you see? Alice. -5 to 2. So this is here -5, right? No, this is -4 actually. So -1, -2, -3, -4. So this is -4. And then you have 1, 2. -4 to 2. And lastly, the range. Zoe. -3 to negative what? So you have to give the smaller number first. So -9 to -3. The bottom, from bottom to top, and from left to right. And it's a bracket. So this is -9 because you're moving 3 units from your center. And this is your -3, 3 units above the center. Any question? No. Jennifer, the last one. We are doing the same thing. What's the center? 0, 8, perfect. How much is the radius? 1 unit, good. What is our domain? -1 to 1. And boundary? Parenthesis or bracket? Bracket. And how about the range? 7 to 9. Perfect. From 0 to 8, if you go 1 unit up, it's 9. 1 unit down is 7. From here, if you go 1 unit left, it's -1. 1 unit right is positive 1. Any question? So even without seeing the graph, you can actually figure out the domain and range easily. For domain, all you have to do is you take your x value and add and subtract your radius. This is the domain. X value, add and subtract the domain. Sorry, add and subtract the radius. For range, you take the y value and add and subtract your radius from y. So this plus the radius is left. This this minus the radius is the left. This plus the radius is the right. And from x, subtract the radius is left, add the radius is right. So you don't need to see the circle. Question. So you're done with basic stuff. Now, one question from the homework is asking, using a graphing utility to graph the circle, use a graphing utility to graph the circle whose equation is given, x squared plus y squared equals 4. And then figure out which of these choice is correct. In other words, basically they are asking, hey, solve for y. So if you try to solve for y, which of these choices is the correct one? Dimitri, what? Let's solve for y. We have x squared plus y squared equals 4. If you desire to get your y alone on one side, this y is alone on one side, what do you need to get rid of first? So what do you do? Do you add x squared or do you subtract x squared? Huh? Subtract. So you subtract x squared from both sides. We get y squared is 4 minus x squared. B, we will see. And then to get the y alone, what do you do? Square root. We need to square root both sides. So this cancel out. So we get y alone. And since you took the square root of a variable, so you end up getting two solutions. One is plus, one is minus. Correct. B cannot be the answer because when you take the square root, you cannot split the square root. Square root you can split only when you're multiplying or dividing. For addition and subtraction, you cannot split them. So your answer is D. In the homework, they have a few of this type of question. Why they're asking you to solve for y. William, question? No? Any question from anyone?
Why is it?
Because we solve for y. Look how we solve for y. And now the most important part. How do you convert one form to another form? How do you convert general form to standard form? That's the most important part in circle. We don't like general form because general form doesn't give us any information at all about the circle. But standard form gives us some information. It tells us where exactly the center is and how much is our radius is. So to convert from general to standard form, we are going to do complete the square and we are going to do it twice. Once for the x value and once for the y value. Let's do one example. We have a general form. X squared plus y squared plus 4x plus 6y equals 36. We have to find out what is the center and what's the radius of the circle. And also we're going to convert this into standard form. So to do that, we're going to take x squared and put 4x next to that. Then we have our y squared, put the 6y next to that. And we have 36. Now complete the square. It means our goal is to have this format. X is inside, square is outside, and we are going to subtract some quantity. Same thing, we have plus here, so we keep our plus. And we have y inside, square outside, and we are going to subtract some quantity. And we have our 36. This is complete the square method. For the x's and for the y's, we only need two terms, x squared and 4x, y squared and 6y. Now, what goes inside, what goes outside? Who remembers that? What goes inside? 2. How did you figure that out? It's half of this quantity. Whatever is the coefficient for your x term, the inside have to get the half of that much. So half of 4 is 2, including the sign, we put plus 2 next to the x. Then how much we subtract? 4, because it's 2 square. Whatever amount you put inside, you have to subtract that square, because that's the rule. If you have x squared plus bx, its completed form is x plus half of b squared, and you subtract half of b individual square. That's the completed square. Now for y, what goes inside? How much? Huh? What is half of 6? 3. So we put plus 3 inside. And how much we have to subtract? 3 square, not 6. 3 square. The half goes inside. The square goes outside. In other words, we have x plus 2 square plus y plus 3 square. And we have minus 4 and minus 9. This is minus 4. This is minus 9. And you have your 36. So you have like terms here. What is negative 4 minus 9? Negative 13. But then you have to move that 13 to the other side. So you add 13 to both sides. And you get the final answer. X plus 2 square, y plus 3 square. What is 36 plus 13? 49. So this is the standard form. And we love this format because we have our information. Center. What's the center of this circle? Negative 2, negative 3. And Zoe, what's the radius here? 7. Square root of 9 is 7. So see, we have this information which we did not realize at the beginning when we are given the general form. So this form doesn't tell us anything about that. But once we convert this into standard form, now we are so smart. We got all the information we needed. And this will be in the final exam, as well as in the in-class exam. Any question? So I have a few. I have two of them. Try them. So this is the left one. This is the first one. And then I'm going to flip my page. We're going to do the next one. Do the same thing. Convert into standard form and then find radius and circle. Radius and center. And if you're done, Karin, do you need the left page? Do you need the left page? No. I also have two more, so let me put them together here. Okay, 4 of these. Try these 4. And then we are ready to go. Okay. You are missing first of all, you don't take the only half of B, the one it's half of A, it's only. Same thing, right? So we half of the each.
Exactly.
Because it's a combined, you know.
But if you add it, I guess you. You just left. But it's like weird. You have 85. The leaders.
So God was, so inside you have something, like, it's right. Always the top.
It's the action. Like, what?
Why do you say? Always the top.
Oh, yeah, so they. Maybe 55, Steve.
Yeah, you see that, that's right.
What's the next C minus two? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. So it's positive 85. 85. Yeah, 85, but it's only for, it's 85. That's what you should. You get that. So yeah. 85. And what's the? I know, but yeah, the radius. What's the? Yeah, really, what's 85 to the right? I mean, you can find the radius between. What's the radius?
It's the distance from center to the.
What's the radius for this?
What's the radius for the first question? Square root of 85.
So I got that. Yeah. Hopefully together.
Sixteen 49. 65 plus 20, that's M.
Just the radius. Just the radius of the.
You don't factor out, you complete the square. Why are you factoring out? You complete the square like this one. It's not awful. The last one, right? The last one you have 283. But I say, okay, the number. You cannot put square inside the square.
Yeah, I know.
you do it on the other side. And you have to move. Right, so that's subtract on that. If you subtract, you just subtract on the left side, the same side. But if you put it on the other side, you have to add two. How are you guys?
That's all. This is so weak, but it's not.
Negative 3. The last one. Faster when you're using it faster.
I was teaching.
Between the two square, you have to faster. Why don't you do all the sign? Between the two square, why don't you sign? No. See here, your y square, the plus sign in the front. So why don't you the plus sign in the front? You're missing all the plus signs. Put the sign in front of your y. They are not multiplication, they are addition subtraction. See the third one? And see the fourth one? Third one looks okay. 84, 85 is okay. What's the answer for the second one?
Oh, I got it. Sensor is 5, and it's 8, and radius is
8, then how come you have 84?
light work.
Or maybe 84. What do you have?
Yeah, yo.
Right. And then you were wrong, I know. One of them is wrong.
I got 8 because the rule is 64 is 8.
I guess that's not, you get
Wait.
4, Kenny.
Wait, what?
You get 64.
Yo.
Oh, you did it 64, but you didn't combine.
No, right here, right here, right here.
It's a fraction.
Oh, so you have 15.
Oh, wait. It's,
Last.
oh, wait. Oh, shit, my bad. Oh, shit.
So, even if negative sign, when you have negative sign, I have to add. Right, do you have a question? This is correct, and these two I'm not too sure. I have to check. If the math is correct, then it's correct. Then it's correct. Okay, let's do them together. And then you can leave. Jaylene, since you are so bored, help me with the left one. The left. It's okay, we're going to do them together. So what's the first step? First, you have to bring x together, y together. That's the first step. X squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 14y minus 20 equals 0. Okay. So equals 20. So what goes inside? X plus 4. And how much you have to subtract? How much you're going to subtract? Or how much you're going to add on the other side? Which one? 4 square. So you're adding 16 here. Because you're subtracting 4 square on the left, that means you have to add on the right. It's okay. The next one, y. Y minus 7. So how much you're subtracting? 7 square. That means you have to add 49 here. So whatever you're subtracting on the left, you're adding the same amount on the right. I mean, we are going to do it later, okay? I don't want to confuse you. So we have x plus 4 squared plus y minus 7 squared minus 16 minus 49 equals 20. And then you're going to add 16 and add 49. This is what I meant. Whatever you are subtracting on the left, you need to add the same amount on the right. So we have x plus 4 square, y minus 7 square, and how much is the total, the right side? Journey of one, the right side.
He was texting.
You guys are next to one another. Why are you texting one another?
So,
Journey, stop lying.
he was FaceTime.
You guys are sitting face to face. Why are you face tapping? So how much do you have on the right side? 85. So this is the standard form. That means we know our center and radius. So Jolene, what is our center? Negative 4, 7. And how much is our radius? Square root of 85. Perfect. I didn't say this. I said bucks. Whatever. Okay, the next one. Let's see who looks so bored. Jawad. See, the right side. Yep.
Okay. So
So x square minus 10x, y square plus 6y equals 50.
So x minus 5 squared plus y plus
X minus 5 square plus y plus
3 squared
3 square.
minus 25
So subtracting 25 minus 9
50.
equals 50.
And then you combine some side of this. Okay. Negative
So plus 25 plus 9.
84.
X minus 5 square, y plus 3 square. This one also have 84, 84, not 85. So this is our general, the standard form. It gives a weird shapes. And then center,
4,
center,
5, negative 3.
5, negative 3. Radius is square root of 84. You can actually reduce 84, but for now, I'm not gonna bother you with that. Any question? No? Okay, the next one. 3, the first one. X square plus 4x plus y square minus 6y equals negative 13. Arsla, you are up. How do you complete the square? Good. Square. We have negative 13. So how much you are subtracting? Or how much you are adding on the right side? Minus 4. So you're going to add 4. Minus 9. So you're going to add 9. So add 4, add 9. They cancel out. So you have x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 0. So what's the center of the circle? And how much is the radius? 0. Now my question is, what type of circle has radius 0? It's not a circle, then what is this? It's a point. Good job. Anytime you have a radius 0, the only possible thing you can do is you can just put -2, 1, 2, 3. Just put a dot, a point. Only a point has radius 0. So yes, circle does have radius 0, but it doesn't stay as a circle, it stays as a point. The next one, we have x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y, and we are subtracting 15. Amir. Mm-hmm. So what do you write inside? Mm-hmm. Minus 4. Y minus c squared minus 9 equals -15. So add 4 and add 9. So x plus 2 square plus y minus 3 square equals -2. Now what do you observe? What is your radius here? Imaginary number. But can a circle have imaginary radius? So circle itself does not exist. There is no way you can draw a circle with this information. It's not possible.
So like we get this question because like if not,
Doesn't exist.
then we don't have to like this.
No, because it doesn't exist. How can you get the center? In order to have a center, first you have to have a circle, or at least a point. With this, we're done with 1 point, what section is it? 7. So your homework for 1.7 today is Tuesday midnight. And again, next week Tuesday we're not going to, we're going to meet tomorrow. But if you're absent, Tuesday we're not going to meet. We are going to meet Thursday and then Friday. And tomorrow we are meeting again. Yeah. So have a good day. See you tomorrow.